Alright, you're on the other side of the motor now. I'm going to throw a timing light on this and just get a rough idea where we're at. I'm less concerned typically with what the timing light says than how the motor's actually running. I just checked the vacuum gauge in the cab, because I do have one mounted underneath the dash. You'll see that in the clip from earlier when I was driving around running errands. I took one final video running on the points distributor. But drop this on number 1. See where my marks land. I'm sure you guys probably won't be able to see any of this. You guys can't see anything on here, I apologize, but I can. Here's my timing mark, let's see. Right now that says, the sun glare is brutal today, I'm sorry. It's right next to that coolant hose. Based on the dial back, it says we're at 26 degrees right now for initial, which is definitely hotter than what we want. I'm going to try and bring that back down to about 16 and see how the motor sounds. Let me set you guys down. Doing this all one-handed is extremely difficult. Anywhere I put you guys wants to fall over, so you're stuck there. So right there, 16 degrees of timing. Take a little field trip. 16 degrees of initial. I don't know what this distributor is set up for currently, but at 16 degrees initial, we're idling at 20 to 21 inches of vacuum, about 700-ish RPMs. Let's see what she sounds like. Ooh, she's sputtery. She does not like that. I've never run this motor that retarded on timing. So let's come back up front. Let's bump her up a little bit. And right there, we're sitting at 27, which is a little hot. My reference mark, I do not know how accurate this is either. 22, let's go 22. 22 degrees. Significantly more crisp on the throttle. I gotta double check the instructions here and see what they say too. 19 degrees right now. Alright, right now we're sitting at exactly 20 degrees of initial. It wants more. .23 degrees of initial. Again, there's a good chance my degree marks are a tiny bit off. That 23 is based on where I have my marks from when I put this motor back together, not the actual one on the balancer. This is not a new balancer, and I did not put timing tape or anything on here. I'm just going based off of the reference marks I had for a rough TDC initially. Go up here more just because it's taking it. I'm not hitting pinging. I can over advance. and now she's running like crap, misfiring. But if I go directly off of that mark that I had on here, we're sitting at 30 something. It's pinging a little bit there at idle even. Let's drop this back. Again, I'm also trying to get this set up where I can run it with vacuum advance. Right here we're at 25 degrees initial, which is still hotter than I want it to be. 21. 21 feels good, takes throttle nice. Let me put you guys back on the tripod. I'm going to hook up the vacuum advance and see what happens. Alright, hopefully you guys can hear me over the fan. I do have a mic on today, so hopefully that makes it a little bit easier. We are currently sitting at 21 degrees initial. Again, I'm using these numbers as a reference, not as an exact, okay? If you want to yell at me for running too hot of timing all day long on the internet, I don't really care. Whatever the book says is not always right in this regard. If you want your car to run poorly, go for it. Leave it at stock setting and never mess with it. Timing is responsive to how your motor's set up, your carb tuning, your jetting. All of these factors play a role in timing your motor. Find the sweet spot, okay? On the old distributor, if I ran my current timing with where it was at and hooked up vacuum advance, when I hooked up the vacuum advance line, it would run like absolute crap. It would break up, it would misfire, it would ping. It was just pulling in way too much timing for the setup at cruise, okay? I had it tuned so advanced that any more timing that it pulled in when the vacuum line was hooked up sent it into pinging or detonation. So I just left it disconnected. Never had starting issues. I got the fan on right now to keep it cool. It's hot out here in the sun, but with where we're currently sitting, here is a fresh start. Okay, I can come back a hair just based on that if you guys heard it. Like I said, I got a rough set on the timing. I'm going to pull it just a hair because I heard that starter kick back just a touch. Okay, not bad by any means. You could relieve it that way, but on this it's a daily, so I don't need max performance. I'm going to bump this just a hair right there. Let's see where this lands. First on the starter, and then I'll put the light on it. Right there, nice, hot, healthy, easy start. We're at 19 degrees based off the marks that I got. 19 degrees there. If I take you guys in the cab, let's see what this is doing on the inside. We're at 20, 21. We're idling down because I got the timing pulled just a couple degrees from where it was at. Now we're idling at about 600, pulling about 20, 21 inches of vacuum. This is a very healthy motor. It pulls a ton of vacuum in comparison to several of the other ones I've built, which is good. It's healthy. Likes running. I can cruise this at about 55, 60 and still be at that 20 mark without a timing advance hooked up, or a vacuum advance hooked up. So let's hook up the vacuum line. Shut this down. Now, I'm not getting into the vacuum manifold or ported debate or anything like that. Feel free to look on the internet. I always run ported when I'm running the vacuum advance. There's a million debates, a million arguments one way or another. I'm not saying or participating in any of that. Look it up if you care that much. I'm running this to the top port right here. Again, going ported on this, so I shouldn't have any input from this whatsoever at idle. And we'll come down here. I'll trim this down later. I'm not super worried about that right now. I'm also parking this truck after this, so I'm putting a brand new distributor in. We'll go for a quick ride and then parking it and picking up the van to put the ladder rack we picked out of the junkyard on here. So there's that. I'll fire it up again. Still starts easy. It's not kicking back. Takes throttle real nice. "19 degrees, let me kill it." Tighten down this distributor bolt, just because I don't remember if I did. Yep, that's snug. Bring the timing light with me. I'll throw this in the cab, just in case we got to change anything. I am going to put the other cap on too when I get back from a quick test ride.